Hi, it's Mrs. Conway. Today, what I want to do is go over the definition and the application of supplementary and complementary angles. So, if you are following along on the student activity sheet, we're still in student activity sheet 2. This is questions 17 and 18. But I also want to show the Agile Mind slide, which you can access yourself as well by going to the Agile Mind website. So the definition of a supplementary angle is two angles that add up to 180 degrees. So we're going to put that as our definition of a supplementary angle. Two angles, and we're going to write in the degree symbol here because I can't find it on. Okay, so for example, two supplementary angles might align with an extra ray. So then you've got, this looks like over 100 degrees. This is 110 degrees, which would make this 70 degrees because 110 plus 70 is 180. That's one way you might see supplementary angles. You might also see supplementary angles as two completely separate angles. So if that one's obtuse, this one's going to have to be acute. That just happen to have angle measures. We'll call that 100 degrees. Therefore, so that's two of the ways, that's the two basic ways you're going to see supplementary angles happen. Is either they're going to be adjacent angles, we call that a linear pair, that add up to 180, or two separate angles that just happen to add up to 180. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. Just putting the degree symbol in here by hand because I'm having trouble finding it at the moment. It's a lot easier on Word. So the same thing happens with complementary. You might have just a 90-degree angle, a 90-degree angle that has been split. And so then you might have 40, 50 degrees, and 40 degrees. Or you might have two angles. Maybe that one is 20 degrees, 70 degrees that happen to add up to 90. So that's supplementary and complementary angles. So the reason you might use that is, like, for instance, in the Delta Math assignment, you might have two angles that make a line, and we want to know what A is. Since these two angles make a line, A would have to be the difference between 180 and 73. So you just grab your calculator and you type in 180 subtract 73, and that is 107. So our answer is just 107. Notice they've already put the degree symbol for us there. Alternatively, you might end up with a question where the two angles make 90 degrees. See how we've got this marker here that makes it 90? So then we have to do 90 degrees, subtract these. So that's 90 subtract 57, which is 33. So that's how we do those problems. The other type of problem you might get is something that is like on the student activity sheet here. So if we're going to go down, we're going to skip 19 for now. You'll come back to that. I'm not going to go over 20. But I'll go over it really quick. Draw segment LM where L has the coordinates 3, -2, and M has coordinates with -1, 5. Essentially what we're doing here is we're practicing our algebra plotting point skills. So 3, -2, and that's L, 5. So number 21, it says suppose angle A and angle B are complementary angles. That means A and B add up to 180. Angle A is 3x plus 5, and B is 2x minus 15. So essentially we've got 180 degrees split into 3x plus 5 and 2x minus 15. So since we know that these two angles add up to 180, we have to write an equation using those two angles. So I'm going to write the equation 3x plus 5 plus 2x equals 180 degrees. Again, that's oops, I'm sorry. complementary. That's 90 degrees. So not only did I write my equation wrong, so this should be a 90 degrees 5. There we go. But this is what you're going to get on Delta Math is the picture. So this is kind of showing both at once. So then what we do is we solve for x. So to do that, remember your algebra. We're going to want to start by combining like terms, 5 and negative 15, and 3x and 2x. 3x and 2x is 5x. 5 and negative 15 is, since we're subtracting 10 here to get rid of it, we're going to want to add 10 to both sides of the equation, which leaves us with 5x equals 100. So our last step, if you remember, is to divide by 5 on both sides. So x equals 100 divided by 5, so x is 20. Now, in Delta Math, you'd be done. The Delta Math questions just ask you to find x. Make sure you read the question, though, because here it says find angle A and angle B, the measures, which means I have to put 20 in for x for angle A and angle B. But this is a good way to check. So I'm going to do measure angle A should equal 3 times 20 plus 5. So the measure of angle A is going to equal 65. The measure of angle B is going to equal 2 times 20 minus 15. So that's going to be 40, subtract 15, 25. So the measure of angle B is 25. And then just to check, 25 plus 65 is 90. So those are the correct answers. So that should help with the Delta Math assignment. But I'm going to go ahead and go over 22 as well for people who are interested in how to do that problem. If you want to try it on your own first, you can. So this says the measure of the supplement of an angle, so this time we do have a straight line, and its supplement, is 12 more than twice the measure of the angle. So I'm going to call the angle that I'm starting with, I'm going to call that x, which means I have an angle and the supplement. So the supplement is 12 more than twice the measure. Twice means 2 times x, twice the measure, and then 12 more is plus 12. You could also write it as 12 plus 2x if that makes more sense to you. Now I know these two are supplements, so they add up to, so I'm going to write an equation over here, x plus 2x plus 12, 3x plus 12 equals 180, 12 on both sides. So I have 3x equals 8, divide that by x is 56 degrees, hopefully. And then that means that the other angle should be 2 times 56 plus 12, which is, and then just to test, add 56 to that. Okay, I added wrong over here. I should have gotten 124 for, so 124 is the supplement and 56 degrees is the original angle. So if you got that, good job. You're probably ready for harder things. So now you should go ahead and log on to Delta Math. This video will be the most helpful with the first part of lesson 3. So go ahead and work on the first couple sections of lesson 3, and good luck.